Well, hello there. It's Walt, and look who's look who's with us.
It's Anne. In case you don't know who this is, it's Anne.
We've we've invented a new index. It's called the UI.
The UI index. And what does UI stand for?
The
Unpleasantness index. The
it's
unpleasantness index.
yes, and we use it in a variety of situations. The UI. We were out early this morning for a run, and what would you rate the UI this morning?
Oh, I would give it maybe a 4.5. Saturday's run, however, I think I would have rated that about an 8. What with the fact that
It was
I never knew raindrops could actually be like shards
Shard,
of glass.
shards of glass. Yes, that was an 8.5
That was
or
an
a 9 on
8.5.
the UI.
Yeah.
And then we were thinking back fondly to a few weeks ago when we were running in the Andes in the summer of Bariloche, and the I think the UI
It
was
was a negative.
it was a
like
negative
a
UI.
5 or a negative 10. There was like very little unpleasantness.
But the truth is that there's unpleasantness across the spectrum of things, whether it be the terrible twos. You have a daughter who's see
Experiencing
that one.
a child that's in the terrible twos. Not
Yes.
that I laugh or anything.
No, and that can be however wonderful raising a young kids can be. That's unpleasant.
Yeah, or
Or
like when my clients in writing a book, they will hit the phase where there's a lot of unpleasantness. There's a high UI factor.
and when business coaching clients are building businesses, particularly when they're first starting off and they're learning the digital marketing world, or they're discovering the unpleasantness or the tension of sales conversations, or there's just this amazing universe of potential unpleasantness, and the UI can spike. And of course, when things get unpleasant, people want to quit. They want to give up. They want to throw in the towel, and or just not do it. I think there was such a starkness for us when we came back from our time in Argentina. It was amazing to enjoy those long summer days. Then to come back home, however much we loved being home, the UI was pretty high for getting out and running, and it would be easy to stay in bed. It would be easy to completely toss out the discipline of running.
Yeah, and I think the reason books on like grit or on overcoming unpleasantness, why that's so popular right now, is that it is a muscle that you have to exercise. Your ability to deal with discomfort and unpleasantness is one of the key factors to success in general. Like you can't remain comfortable and get somewhere that you want to go. You got to get good at working through things even when they're uncomfortable. And I know, like, I love me some comfort. I love my comfortable little circle. I love my couch back there. So to deal with discomfort is tough, but it's an exercise, it's a muscle we exercise regularly because we know that's what separates the mice from the women.
I don't know if that metaphor works, but okay. but it is true that you build that muscle. People often ask, well, what does it take to climb big mountains in the world? And it's the capacity to be uncomfortable for a long period of time. We ran our first ultra marathon in Hurricane Irene, 50 kilometers. And we only were able to do it because we had trained in a lot of unpleasant conditions. And so across the spectrum of our lives, the UI can spike. And the late great Jim Rohn said, "Don't ask that would be easier. Ask that you were better." And I think that's if something really matters, if something matters to you, if something is of value to you, connecting there connecting with what matters and pushing forward into the UI, no matter how unpleasant, because that's where the magic happens. When you push through those barriers, that's when we can create the magnificent
I
outcomes.
think you also have to laugh. I think you have to say, "Wow, this is a 10 on the UI scale."
Well,
And you just laugh at it because you suck up those 10 UI scale days and
yeah.
then you get the negative fives.
Yep, and it is by pushing through those unpleasant experiences that you do get to enjoy the rewards, the rich rewards of what you've achieved. So know that the UI is part of the experience of our lives. There's UI in every area of our lives, and by pushing through, that's where the magic is. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.
Bye, guys.